Hey, it's not spring yet. We still got some winter ahead of us. Meanwhile, back at the shop.
Hey, what can I do for you?
My snowblower won't start.
Oh, really?
It ran the last time I used it.
Well, it must have, otherwise you wouldn't have used it.
What do I do?
Let's see what we can do to fix it. Snowblower that's run well all winter, and now in February it won't start, probably not as big of an issue as you might think it is. Let's not get all shook up about some sort of a catastrophic engine failure. You would have seen the oil on the floor long before now. It's also not likely to be the coil, or in older models, the points, the condenser. If it was running well when you last shut it off, we really don't need to look at this as the main problem. Now here's where the spark plug comes to mind. The spark plug is always the main blame for all engine problems because it just makes sense, right? If there's no spark, the engine won't run. But no, spark plugs generally don't go bad just sitting in an engine parked inside of a garage. But hey, if it makes you feel any better, go out and buy one, put it in. They're only a couple of bucks. It's not going to hurt, but I bet it won't cure your problem. In my experience, and I've had some engines that wouldn't start in the past, believe me, and the issue is most likely with the fuel. Yeah, the gas that you're using or the gas that's currently running through your engine's system. Let's look into some of the potential fuel issues that may be plaguing our engine from not starting. I'm not going to go into the whole ethanol, non-ethanol issue, just going to recommend that if you've got non-ethanol gas available, use it. If you don't have non-ethanol gas available, use some sort of a stabilizer like ethanol shield or something to that order in your gas, and hopefully that'll lessen the problem. How you store your gas can lead to problems too. When storing gas in the cold outside, especially in the wintertime, temperatures tend to fluctuate up and down. Condensation then has the opportunity to set in, and this adds water to your stored fuel. And even in the fuel you have in your machine, condensation can occur. Again, non-ethanol fuel works great, or treat the fuel that you have to try to reduce this issue. When condensation occurs, water becomes added to the gas, and because the two don't mix, the water settles out. And because water has a higher specific gravity than gasoline, it's heavier than gas, it's going to settle to the bottom of the container. That container can be your gas can, it can be the fuel tank on your snowblower, even the bowl on your snowblower's carburetor. If you closely inspect a sample of your gas, you'll be able to see the water at the bottom, as it'll appear to look like some sort of a bubble. If you have water in your gas, you need to get rid of it and not use it. The carburetor systems on small engines cannot handle water, and your snowblower won't run on water no matter what you do, so get rid of it. Your best friend is fresh, clean, and water-free non-ethanol gasoline. The first thing that causes an issue with a non-starting engine and fuel is, believe it or not, the lack of it. Yeah, make sure that you've got gas in your tank. It's easy to overlook. It's a super easy fix. It happens to people all the time. Deal with it. Put some gas in it. See if that makes it run a little better, start a little easier. As long as we're looking at obvious things and easy fixes, let's take a look at our fuel shutoff valve. Hey, is it open or is it closed? Double check it. The knob should be parallel with the fuel line that's coming from the tank. Make sure it's in the open position and gas is free to flow to the carburetor. Also, if your snowblower is so equipped, check the fuel filter. If the fuel filter looks dirty, has some visible sediment in it, replace it. We have to have good fuel flow to make the engine run properly. So, we imagine that we've got water in our gasoline. And we said earlier that water in the gas is a bad thing because it doesn't mix. They don't mix well together. And so the water separates out and it goes to the bottom of the container, whatever that container is. The fuel tank, the gas can, the fuel carburetor bowl. And so how do we get rid of the water that may be in the gasoline in the carburetor bowl? Let's take a look at how to pull the bowl off of a carburetor.
If we suspect that we have poor fuel or water in our fuel, the next thing that we can do then is we can make sure that we're getting the water out of the bowl of the carburetor. On this carburetor, you'll see that we've got two different screws on the bottom here. This is the adjusting screw for the carburetor main jet. This is the bowl nut that holds the bowl to the carburetor. And this is a drain vent here. And so if we want to check to see if and we want to drain the water out of the carburetor, we can just push up on that. It's a little spring-loaded button. We can push up on that. We can collect our gasoline in a container, and then we can check to see if there's any water in it. So that's on this type of a carburetor. This type of a carburetor that doesn't have the drain vent on it, we need to remove the bowl. And depending on what type of carburetor you have, it's going to either vary between a 1/2 inch or a 7/16 inch bolt on the bottom. We'll just go ahead and loosen that up. Take that bolt out. And once we take that bolt out, the fuel will start to flow out of there. And then we can double check to see if we have any fuel in the cup. And we can go ahead, drain that out. Run a little fuel through it, let it flush itself out, reinstall that, and that'll get rid of the water that we've got in our carburetor. Thanks for fixing my snowblower. By golly, I was glad I could help. My wife don't like shoveling. I hope you found this video helpful and entertaining. Thanks for watching.